27th BMW, a 2002 BMW 330ci Sport Convertible. Hello everybody, it's Mike, the Baldadonis. Boom! If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Mike the Baldadonis and I talk about many different topics. Sharing life experiences, one video at a time is my motto. I talk about me being in my early 20s, doing 5 years and 3 months in prison for a first-time drug offense. Only to get out unhappy with my body, I decided to do steroids, gained 105 pounds of pure muscle, only to have a heart attack and other steroid-related health issues. I currently deal with migraines and vertigo from today's foods, environmental pollution, and VOCs. I have Gary from the gym, he talks about conspiracy theories. I have Dr. Peter Pacoco, he's my mentor, the reason why I'm on YouTube, and he talks about inspiration. I buy and sell cars as a hobby, and I bring you guys along with me, showing you the pros and cons of each vehicle that I buy. And I bring other people on board, sharing their interesting life stories as well. So my love affair with the BMW started when I was 20 years old. Back in 1989, a friend of mine and I went to Arizona for a vacation. His aunt and uncle picked us up in a mid-80s E46 5 Series BMW. Now, us Americans back in the 80s had big American cars. Cadillacs, Buicks, Chryslers, Fords. Huge 16 to 20 feet long cars. Coming from the plane, getting in the backseat of this shoebox E28 with its 6-cylinder automatic. We were doing 100, 110, 120 down the canyon roads like it was nothing. And I was loving it. I was like, wow, I am so impressed. And the uncle, he was such a cool guy. He would give me the car all the time. I had long blonde hair down to my ass back in the day, listened to my Motley Crue and my Metallica. I was enjoying life. That was very special to me. And that's when the love began. Now fast forward till I'm 38 years old, I bought my very first 2002 BMW 330 Coupe with a 5-speed. It didn't have the M package, and I didn't know a lot about the M packages or the BMWs in general. I just knew what I liked and what I saw, and because it didn't have a sport package, well, I made one, kinda. I went and got H&R springs, I lowered it, I put 18-inch black mesh rims on it, and the car was black interior. I tinted out the windows, nice and clean, and yeah, I had, that first BMW experience, and I it was awesome. It was awesome. It was such a great experience, and I bought it with around 47,000 miles. Cost me like $27,000 at the time. And, unfortunately, after like a couple of years, I gave it up. I sold it to a friend of mine. And you ever regret selling something to somebody? Well, that's what I did. I regret selling it to my friend because he got into like 2-3 accidents. He didn't give 2 shits about the car. He threw his McDonald's all over the place. He smoked in the car, and I was devastated. The car was super nice, and then it went to shit, unfortunately. But that's where my love affair started, and 27 BMWs later, here I am. So if you follow my channel, you know I buy and sell cars as a hobby. And this year, a couple of months ago, I started back again with looking for convertibles for the spring and summer season, or any kind of cool car in general. So I ended up buying a 1999 BMW M3 convertible, and then I ended up buying a 1992 Corvette. I bought a 2004 Volvo V70R with 380 horsepower, and I bought a 2000 Volkswagen VR6 Big Turbo Cabrio. Now 3 of those cars sold. I still have the Volvo, and when the Volkswagen sold just a couple weeks ago, I was quickly on Craigslist, where I'm at all day and all night pretty much. Any chance that I get, I'm on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace looking for vehicles. It is an issue. I need AA, Automotive Anonymous. Anyways, I quickly found a newly listed 2002 BMW 330 convertible, and I was like, oh, let me read the ad. Click. Okay, it's kind of near me. It's like maybe 20 minutes away. I was like, okay, that's good. It's a 5-speed. I'm like, okay. It's a sport package. I was like, okay. And the owner listed all the things that he did to it. He did an alternator. He did a battery. He did a valve cover gasket. He did new tires and something to do with the locking mechanisms for the door locks. So I was like, oh, okay, nice. So I give him a call. His name was Larry. I was up there the next morning. I called them at 10. I actually texted him or emailed him like at 10 at night. I said, I want to be there first thing in the morning. I got there first thing in the morning. I met Larry, really nice guy, 63-year-old guy. And you could just tell when somebody takes care of a car. As soon as I pulled up, I was like, this is nice. This is very nice. And a couple of little things that were wrong with it, like some curb rash, which is to be expected. New England, you're going to hit a pothole or something. There'll be some curb rash on the wheels. But other than that, there's like one little minor little scratch in the hood. It must be from a rock chip. And the interior has one little, actually there's 2 tiny little rips in it. And I can only imagine it was either the windscreen trying to put it in the hole, and it might have ripped a little bit, and probably when you open up the door, something got caught in just a tiny little hole. But other than that, the car is absolutely fantastic condition. I'm not going to say it's mint, because nothing's mint, but it's probably in the 9s, 9.5, good condition. It's really nice. And when I looked it over, I also noticed that it had the upgraded headlights and tail lights. So it was visually very nice with its steel blue paint job with gray interior. A little too much gray for me. The seats and the rug are both gray. If there was a different color for the rugs, I think it would break it up a little bit more, but it's still nice, but it's a little too much gray for me. Anyways, I bought the car. After test driving it, I knew there was either a pull to the left, or there was something going on. The tires, I'm not a fan of, even though they're new. I just don't like the style of the tire itself. And when I was driving it home from Larry's house, on the highway, I can feel a wobble, like the tires need to be rebalanced or something like that. Only to find out after going to RGA, where I bring my cars to have them looked at, after getting its oil change and checking out the suspension and going through it, the passenger side tire had a dent in it, and there is my little wobble. So sometimes it's not too bad, and sometimes it does wobble a little bit. I'm just a fanatic. I just notice those things. Some people may not even feel it, but me, I do. So when I buy a new car, what happens? It's detail time. bought the car, Larry told me that the airbag recall was needed at BMW. It's free, you just bring the car in. So I have a friend of mine named Nick. He works at Tully BMW in Nashua, New Hampshire. And I said, hey Nick, I got a recall. He said, no problem, bring it in Monday and we'll take care of it. So I went to Tully BMW. After replacing the passenger side airbag assembly, they checked the car out thoroughly. And BMW will always try to get you to get their service. So when the car was done, they told me it needed an oil filter housing gasket and a VANOS pressure line. All right, that's gonna set me back $900. And we'll get to that in a few seconds with the pros and cons. So will I do that? No. I asked Nick, because Nick is a friend of mine, or acquaintance, a good acquaintance anyways. He does work on BMWs at side jobs. And I asked him what this job cost, $300. Not including the part. The part's about 60 bucks, the part. The part is about 60 bucks. So about $360 total, I can get that job done versus $900. All right, let's talk about a little bit of the pros and cons of owning this BMW, or any BMW in general. Well, I don't really know what the excitement is of owning a BMW. I don't know what the allure is. All I know is I've owned 27 of them. That's including 6 Mini Coopers, because they're owned by BMW. So I had 6 Mini Coopers. 2 of them were John Cooper Works, and the other Mini Coopers were all S's. And I just love the small handling, the quickness, the supercharger, because I only buy the R52, R53 Mini Coopers. I won't buy a turbo one. I just love that first generation. There's something about it, but that's even a bigger headache than most BMW products. Oh my God, I don't know why people want to own these cars. Let's see, let's go over some of the pros. They're good looking, they handle well, they're pretty quick. Some of them are much faster than others. It's a status thing. People think you have money when you really don't, you know. People are like, oh, you got a BMW, it must cost you an arm and a leg at the dealership. Yeah, it does. That's where you got to find a friend or somebody that can help you out on a side job like I do, that can get the parts fixed for a fraction of the cost. That's what you got to do. And being on YouTube and online, there's many forums that you can do a lot of this stuff yourself. And you'd be surprised at some of the things you can do by yourself and save yourself a ton of money. If you have the know-how, a little, you know, willingness to get yourself dirty, you can do some of these parts and, you know, save yourself a ton of money. And go to FCP Euro. All right, they are a website for all German cars and the Swedish cars. You buy the part once, like brakes. I buy my brakes from my BMW X1, okay? Lifetime warranty. It says right on the ad, or right on the paperwork. Beat the crap out of your brakes, return them when they're done, and we'll give you a new pair. Over and over and over again. You always have brand new brake pads, or whatever you buy for your BMW or your German products. All right, so your oil, your wiper blades, free. Free. So having that in your back pocket, knowing that you always have a part, if it breaks down, you can get a new one for free. Yeah, it's going to cost you to replace it unless you can do it for yourself or whatever, but that saves a ton of money. So that's a good way of owning a BMW. Going to FCP, getting your parts, and having that warranty. That's going to save you a ton of money. So the other cons of owning these cars are you get your cooling system. The water pump, the thermostat, and the radiator. They'll all go, like most cars, you know what I'm saying? But BMW has plastic parts in the cooling system, which I don't get, because they want the car to have problems so you can buy their parts. If they put aluminum in their radiators, then they wouldn't be getting rid of the radiators. So this is where BMW has to make their money, all right? The VANOS system. You know, you can have these VANOS solenoids cleaned out every 30,000 miles, clean them up. It's a lot of oil pressure and all that stuff going in there. And there is an O-ring that tends to leak, and that's what causes VANOS problems after so many miles. But if they really go, you hear it like a can of marbles or you know, something like that. You hear this brrrr, it's really loud. Then you have to replace the whole VANOS system. And that can be pricey. You can get it from Dr. VANOS, and I believe the part's around $375, and you return it, or you return your part, I think you get $100 credit back to you. So there's a good savings right there. So what else? Window regulators, you know, your suspension, you know, that's to be expected. But, you know, it's BMW. It is what it is. It's a pricey car. The parts can be pricey, but again, go to FCP Euro, get your parts. Now, as time goes on, a lot of these other cars like the E46s and the E36s, the parts are fairly priced now. I mean, it's something that you can live with. It's not like, you know, 15 years ago when you bought these cars and you were like, oh my God, oh my God. No, it's, you know, things have changed, you know, so it's, I'm not gonna say budget friendly, but at least it's comfortable to own these cars these days. Can be a headache, yes, but hey, you're still gonna have an awesome BMW when there's nothing wrong with it, right? That's why I like them. So, until the next video, you know what, guys? You know how I do my little in-between videos with my DJI Maverick Mini? I hope you guys are enjoying that, because when doing these videos, my car videos, are looking for other things to do or waiting for whatever it is I'm going to talk about for my next video. Spring and summer's here in New England. I'm using this and I'm getting out there. I'm making my little videos. Hey, they're only 1 to 3 minutes long. I hope you guys like it. And yeah, these will be in my videos more and more and more. So, you know, what's a couple of minutes of watching some cool drone footage? All right, so until the next video, everybody, Baldadonis out.